Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me today. In this meditation video, I'm going to guide you through the 5-4-3-2-1 practice. I love this practice because it's very accessible, flexible. You can do it really anywhere, anytime. And just to explain how you can use it, the 5-4-3-2-1 practice is useful for grounding, really useful for grounding. And what I mean by that is kind of literally bringing yourself back down to earth. So if you're having a really busy day, stressful time, very much in your head, it can kind of just really bring you into the present, and it does that because it's using the senses. So our 5 senses of sight, hearing, touch, smell and taste. So when I guide you through this practice, don't get too caught up with the numbers. That's just the guide, but I'm going to invite you during this practice to focus on 5 things which you can see, 4 things which you can hear, 3 things that you can touch, 2 that you can smell, and 1 that you can taste. But just take whatever time you need just to notice. It doesn't matter how many, really. It's more that you focus in on that sense and then notice what happens as you transition from one sense to the other. That can be really interesting. Okay, so hope that's clear. No need to remember anything. I'm going to guide you through this, so we'll just take our time. So let's practice. So just getting yourself comfortable. You can do the 5-4-3-2-1 practice in a number of postures, any posture. So you might be lying down, you might be sitting or standing, you may be walking around outside, you might be in nature. And what I would say is that it can be useful if you're in somewhere where there's lots of sensory information, lots to draw on. If not, don't worry, it can still be really helpful. But yeah, you might want to choose somewhere where there's lots to pick up on, lots to draw on with your senses. So choosing a posture, and you can choose to have your eyes open or closed. Really whatever feels comfortable to you right now. Feeling your feet on the floor, back against the chair if you're sitting, or head against the cushion or pillow if you're laid down. And if you're walking, you might notice the ground beneath your feet, the texture. And just taking a nice deep breath first of all. So breathing in through the nose. And then exhaling out through the nose or mouth. Okay, so breathing in. And breathing out. And just letting the out breath be slightly longer than the in breath, just allowing you to start letting go. So let's take one more deep breath. Breathing in. And breathing out again. Okay, so just taking a moment just to settle and coming into present. So just catching up with yourself, maybe if it's been a busy day. Just feeling the body as it stops, comes into stillness or slows down. So first of all, I'm going to invite you to focus in on the sense of sight. So just seeing what comes into your visual awareness. So maybe noticing 5 things that you can see. And again, it doesn't have to be 5, but just seeing what you can take in visually. And if for whatever reason you can't see or you haven't got your eyes open, then use your mind's eye to imagine what you might be able to see. So taking in an object or objects, and it's just seeing what draws your attention, maybe the size, the shape, perhaps the colour. Is there anything unusual about the object which has captured your attention? Maybe you notice this object on a daily basis, or maybe this is the first time you've noticed it. And being aware of any emotional reaction as you look at, focus on your object of attention. And now let's start to transition into another sense. And again, as you do this, be mindful as you change from one to the other. So let's focus in on the sense of sound. So noticing what is in your auditory awareness. So depending on where you are right now, maybe become aware of sounds in the distance, maybe sounds that are outside, or maybe sounds that are closer by. You might want to notice the quality of the sound, the volume, how loud or quiet is the sound. And does the sound have a pitch or a tone? Does it go on for a long time, or is it quite fleeting as it moves through your awareness? So just noticing and being curious. And maybe you notice as well whether a sound or sounds are pleasant, you have liking for them, or maybe there's some reason it's not pleasant, perhaps jarring or uncomfortable, or maybe just neutral. Maybe you're somewhere where there's very little sounds or no sounds. So noticing that too and what that's like. And just continuing to breathe as you notice the senses. So now let's transition into our third sense, and that's the sense of touch. So you might like to start to notice 3 things which you can touch, have contact with. And again, this may be dependent on where you are, the posture that you're in. So maybe if you're seated, you notice the surface you're resting on, feeling of the cushions. If you're standing, the texture of the ground beneath your feet. Maybe if you're outside, things in nature that you can touch or are touched by. Maybe you notice the air around you. And again, noticing any emotional reaction, being aware of any thoughts that arise through the sense of touch, connection with an object. And now let's change into our fourth sense, another sense, which is sense of smell. So yeah, taking time to just notice any smells that are present. Maybe 2 things that you can smell, at least 2 things. Aromas, scents. Notice where the smell's coming from. And the quality of the smell, is it a sweet smell, a sour smell? Is it a smell that you like? Or a smell that you don't like? So just noticing your response to the smell. And now let's transition to a final sense, which is a sense of taste. So for this, taking a moment to notice what taste in your mouth. So that could be something that you've recently ate or drank. Noticing the quality of the taste. Is it strong? Is it just lingering? Is it a nice taste? Do you like it? Or is it a taste that you don't like? So just noticing. And maybe in doing this, you be aware of the texture of your mouth. Is your mouth dry or moist? Are there different tastes in your mouth? And if so, noticing where. So just for the final few minutes of this practice, we've focused on the 5 senses. So just for the final few moments, just taking time to focus on a sense of your choosing, be that sight, hearing, touch, taste, or smell. Choosing one of the senses. Just allowing your attention to focus on whatever's present for you in that sensory awareness. Continuing to breathe as you take in the moment-to-moment awareness. And just remembering that you can do this practice whenever you want, whenever you need to come down, to ground yourself, maybe to let go for a bit, to be with yourself. And we just bring this short practice to a close, just continuing to take in the awareness that you've gained from doing this practice. And just see if you can take that sensory awareness with you into the rest of your day. And when you're ready, opening your eyes if you had your eyes closed,